You chose to give somebody money for that.
I did.
How much value that shirt?
The rest of us think that belongs in the trash.
Yeah, in the trash.
This jacket is
But you
fire.
were willing to pay $7 for your whole outfit? Who are you gonna blame?
All right, y'all. Do we feel like athletes are overpaid?
I absolutely feel like athletes are overpaid because I feel like, it's cool that the sports generate money, but what about policemen and teachers making 30 grand a year? Like, I think that they have more of an impact on society.
I think our problem is other people are underpaid. How are you gonna be overpaid for something you're good at? It ain't my fault, y'all. Us as a society has decided.
We value that.
Yeah, we value sports entertainment. Even during the Great Depression, music people and movie stars still got their bread. Even though people was broke, people needed escapism and entertainment. So it's that teachers and firefighters are grossly underpaid and the average person's underpaid. That's what makes it seem like athletes are way overpaid.
Right. Yeah, me personally, I don't think athletes are overpaid. If anything, I think some athletes are underpaid because you got guys, you could be playing with the Carolina Panthers and you got Cam Newton, he's making $100+ million. And you got a guy who's doing the same thing he's doing, going through the same workouts he's going through, and he's getting league minimum.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge discrepancy between the athletes. You gotta remember, take the NBA for example. You got maybe 10, 15 guys getting those big max contracts. The other, 175 dudes in the league are getting the league minimum.
But that's still like $850K a year.
But it's not their fault
problem
that they're
is
using their talents to
the
get.
people who are the best at their given job always are paid better than the rest of the people.
Absolutely.
That's the same thing at Bank of America. Teller might be making, minimum wage. The branch manager's making over 100K. The regional manager's making six figures, also over 100K.
I think I believe it's a societal flaw.
That's not a word.
Oh my
God. Societal is a word. Let's go 2 syllables max.
It's because I feel like we champion the wrong things. Like, just because a guy can make a great catch or throw a great ball, you're gonna give him all this money because we spent it there. But what about this firefighter who's saving kids? What about this doctor who's saving lives? They just get, just regular money. I just don't feel like that's
Doctors
right.
are paid.
But they get 6 figures, but they don't get money like an athlete.
Some of them do. If you look at a profession like being a doctor, you have there's some doctors who are like the top neurosurgeons, top brain doctors in the country, right? Only 2 or 3 other people in the country can do what they do, right? Yeah. Those guys get paid, right? Just like how LeBron James there's only maybe 1 or 2 other people in the world who are the same athletic skill as LeBron James. Yeah. Shouldn't he get paid if we value that kind of skill? And I think it also goes back to, economies of scale. If you look at it, there's only a couple of athletes in proportion to the size of America who are actually doing what they're doing.
Make that point.
There's not a lot of professional athletes
There's
out
less
there.
than 200
I'll take it a step further. You can even go with comedians. Everybody's not gonna make what Doughboy makes. People are gonna make their money here and there.
Yeah, some people are gonna make a lot more.
Okay, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about when athletes get fined? You take my friend Kendall Wright per se, wide receiver for the Kings.
Name dropping in these streets. I feel you, go ahead.
He was in the league.
My good friend Cameron Newton.
Wide receiver for the Tennessee Titans, Kendall Wright.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was
hurt
every chance he gets.
Yeah.
What? My good friend Russell Simmons was telling me something about this as well.
Anyway, you take some guys, you just take a million guys, all guys throughout the league. I mean, if you late, they gonna charge you like $15,000 for being late, 5 minutes late. Or if you over a pound, say you Doughboy, you supposed to be waiting at 2:30 or something like that.
That was sorry.
270 as we
Okay, just
speak.
take 270. You supposed to weigh 270. You walk in there and you weigh in at 271, they're gonna find you $250 to $500.
But it's relative to what you make. But one reason why I will backpedal off of what I'm saying.
No, I gotta stop you there. It's not relative to what you make. League fines are the same across the board, no matter how much
you
money
put
you
your
make.
life on the line every play.
A $25,000 fine is a $25,000 fine, no matter how much money you make across the board.
Well, what I will say and why I will gingerly backpedal off of my stance is that athletes only have a shelf life typically for 3 to 5 years.
That's true.
So if you only have 3 to 5 years to make all of your money, then that would make sense for you to make so much more because when you're done, it's done. And now you can't make money doing anything
But you
else.
just made a great point for why they're not overpaid.
Thank you. That's even more reason why we need. That's even more reason why we need to get. Because sprint. That's even more reason why we need to get.
Right.
Thank you.
You could argue, especially in the NFL, athletes are grossly underpaid in comparison to how much money. Like the NFL has the worst sharing of revenue of any sport. Like the NBA has a better one. None are really.
Baseball have a great one.
Baseball has an even better one. They also have the most games. But the NFL, they have the largest workforce who plays the least amount of years, and the revenue they share is ridiculous.
People
Like,
fail to
but the
realize
thing
that
is-
football itself is a 12, not to cut you off, but football
you
itself
did.
is a 12-month sport.
Absolutely.
Right
Yeah.
after the football season, you take a month or two off. By the time March come back on, you
Yeah,
already
that, 6
training.
weeks.
Yeah, maybe 6 weeks.
Most athletes,
4 to 6
professional
weeks.
athletes don't even take a week.
Yeah,
or something
LeBron
off,
ain't gonna
then-
take no time off. Kobe took no
Yeah.
time off. You want to be great, some of those athletes, you take no time off. It's a 12-month
Well, doctors
sport.
don't get no time off. Policemen don't get no time off. We
They
don't.
take- they
No, no, no,
take
no,
2
no, no,
weeks.
that's-
We all take 2 weeks.
Right, but you just made a good point.
Yeah, that's why.
I have nothing for it.
But I think to touch on your point, Kev, like I think you're absolutely right. I think the biggest discrepancy has got to be with how much these owners are making
Absolutely.
off of their players
right.
Give me
in
his
comparison to how much the players are actually making. LeBron James can make the most absurd amount of money over his career. He'll never make as much as the man who owns the Cavaliers.
Thank
you.
You know what I mean?
But that's part of that's why you go to wanting to be a CEO. That's why you wanting to go
Right.
to owning things and being your own man. So once again, it goes back to what Kev said. If you go to in Bank of America, you can't fault the owner of Bank of America for
you
making
can't be
money.
mad at the nigga
for-
that's in the
You
corporate
gotta hire
office
your
Right.
employees
at
to get the
McDonald's
money.
or the
You
nigga
gotta-
that's on the fries.
Yeah,
They're
you
not
gotta hire.
making the
You gotta
same
get you
thing.
another
I
fry
used to want
guy.
the fries.
But
You
what
gotta
I-
get you
I
another
used to
fry
eat
guy
them
because
too.
he eating them all. So
What about other entertainers like movie stars or music stars? Like, are they also overpaid for what they do?
Absolutely. I think they're absolutely overpaid and it's disgusting.
I don't
really-
think so. I think it just depends on your grind. However, like if you grinding and you putting in the work, I think you should get compensated for it. Just to be completely honest, regardless as to what you doing.
The value of something is just what one person is willing to say is the cost of it.
Right.
If I tell you I want to buy that jacket and I say
need
I'll give you
$600.
$20
I need $600.
and Ike says I'll give you $1,000, that jacket's now worth $1,000.
$1,000, yeah.
If nobody else will pay $1,000, it don't
Nobody's
matter
gonna
to
pay
you.
it.
But you also got to deal with depreciation value as well
Appreciate
too.
that right there,
Like
man. You know what I'm
depreciation does happen. Like with this suit that you got on. At one point it was
Oh, no,
probably
no.
on the rack and it was
Stay off
selling for
Kev's suit,
$200.
but we
You
gonna
got it
zip
off
that
the
jacket.
clearance, but is it any less valuable?
Kev,
No.
keys
It's
on
just
the
6
jacket.
years later when it was hot. So yeah, I feel
Coming
you.
from one who shops at Burlington exclusively. There's a reason his jacket was zipped up. Terrible financial choices.
Campbell's.
I feel like it's a double-edged answer. I feel like athletes are overpaid in the way society pays people for the things they do, and they're underpaid for the money that's generated and what they get.
All right, y'all, that was another episode of The Cooler. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to All Dev Digital. And jump in the comments and let us know, do you think athletes are overpaid? I'd like to thank all my special guests.
Doughboy, a.k.a. Dodell Beckham Jr.
Kept on stage.
Ike Williams, a.k.a. the president of the Tall, Dark, and Handsome Club.
A.k.a. Black as fuck.
A.k.a. fat as fuck, wardrobe weak as fuck. Get your ass out of here, boy.
And I'm John Scarlett. Thanks for watching The Cooler. We'll see y'all next time.